but what you cooking, man?
Oh, we are
Mr.
here. We are live. Good morning.
Mr. Klingensmith, what's crack-a-lacking?
How you doing, brother?
Man, I am doing great walking through this jungle here that my city just refuses to mow. But I'm doing wonderful, man. How about you?
Awesome. Well, I'm here, man, and for our viewer and for anyone who catches on, welcome to another episode of Iron Minds. And you have the two Iron Minds right here. We don't know what Trey's lame excuse is today, and I think Lombard is probably sleeping because if I'm not mistaken, he just did the Texas Water Safari, which is like a 260-mile or some crazy nonsense safari or canoe race through Texas. So I don't think he slept in a few days. Heard from his wife the other day he's still alive, so I'm pretty sure that's why he's not here. But yeah, you got the stuff, you got the crew, you got the real Iron Minds today, baby.
Yeah, yeah, man. I hope they recorded that thing again. Remember last year they did like a little like short movie or whatever,
Yeah.
dude. That's pretty cool, man. That was
I
like
actually
really.
watched it and I kept thinking his friend
I
Billy
did
was gonna
too.
pop that one dude in the face.
Man, that's a crazy race, bro. Like, absolutely nuts. I mean, like, I'd heard about Spartan races before, and obviously, like, marathons, Ironmans, but dude, I didn't know they did stuff like that, man, until Lombard was, joined it, was talking about it last year. It's a pretty interesting thing, man.
One of the shit. I need to somehow be up about to see my dog, and there's just no way around the fact that he's gonna go nuts for it. So Um, what I really like about some long endurance events in general is it's not just a fitness. I mean, Ironman's the same thing, not the same thing because it's a much longer event, but as far as it's not just, it's definitely not just physical. Hold on a second. We got to say hi to our buddy. Hey, dude. What's up? You going for a walk? Are you on Iron
Dude,
Minds?
your
Wolfie, I
dog
would love
is
to
so
take you, but I
happy,
can
man.
trust that you won't break my neck. So further, I love you, buddy. Love you, baby. See you, buddy.
Or is your wife taking him off on a different direction?
Yeah, I feel really terrible because the one thing I can do right now is this, and I can't really take him on good walks
In
because it
case he
only
like
takes,
jerks you or whatever?
yeah, if it takes one, if he sees one dog that he
Yeah.
don't like, which is all of them, I'm paralyzed. So, well, let's talk about the
That's
elephant in
funny.
the room for a minute. Hold on the Lombard thing. Dude, when you don't sleep, it's a whole other animal. And then,
Yeah.
so, I did the world's toughest mudder, which is a 24-hour event. And communication starts getting you're cranky, and then you start adding like logistics to it, you start adding other people to it. I mean, it's a damn reality TV show.
Yeah.
So
I bet.
functioning communication, I mean, it's nuts. So I'm obviously, I don't know, I like adventure things, but I'm also deathly afraid of snakes and don't really feel like spending that much time in a river with them. So I don't think that's going to be something on my dance card, but
There's, I feel that. I'm good on that note, man. Only thing I'm not good with is spiders, bro. I'm all right with snakes, man. They pretty much have anti venom for everything, and the things they don't have anti venom for, we don't have over here. So
I'm not afraid of getting bit. I'm afraid of their sheer existence. But that's my
yeah,
wife is my wife is the anti spider one. Dude, they torture me too. Like one was hanging out in my doorway the other day. She's like, "Hey, want to go on a walk?" I'm like, "Nope." Fucking 4-foot rat snake just chilling there. I'm like, "Well, screw you then."
oh man, for as many snakes as we have, we don't I don't get them often. I think we've had a couple around the house, just like some guard snakes, and then we had one that got into the house, and I don't know what that one ever was. Stupid enough, we never caught a picture of it, but it was like 10:30 at night when we were going to bed, and so who was thinking about a dang phone when you had a snake in the house?
How'd you get them out?
But dude, I have a bunch of buckets outside that I do when I do yard work and stuff, and they all have lids.
Oh, yeah,
So
got 'em in there.
we just got them in. We just got them into a corner. Well, I say my cats got it into a corner, and we just got them in the bucket. And on that note, I will say, I had a dog for like 12 years or 11 years, and she was real noticeable and stuff. But I'll tell you what, dude, cats see everything.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, they
we
do.
have found so many big spiders, man, and we found that snake. Like we know when they're huddled in like a somewhere, you need to get up and see what the hell's going on. So I recommend people get cats if you're worried about vermin in your house because they are going to find it.
That's I had a morning, Jessica. How do I do this? Show on stage. Boom. Jessica always joining us. Appreciate you. We're talking about snakes, spiders, and who knows what's going to join us
I
soon.
know. Stuff that motivates you. Stuff that motivates you.
Dude, running in Florida, you see the
Spiders.
crazy stuff because there was this park I used to run at, and I've seen baby gators. I've seen like 6 foot, like 8 foot snakes. Like it's like Jumanji back there. And of course, I'm walking around a golf course that has not been mowed in some time, so we're likely to see some shit now. But might as well at least just talk about the elephant here. So walking is fun. It was 7-8 days ago. I was told that I broke my neck. It was 10 days ago that I actually broke my neck. And getting up, moving around, like I thought about it yesterday because the first week was very surreal.
Yeah.
And I mean surreal. Like is a strange thing to be sitting in the ER, feeling like you're beat up and sore and hurt in other places and all over, but not, but thinking that you're okay. And then all of a sudden the doctor and one of the nurses like rush in, like, and start triaging you, like start slapping a brace around your neck. You're like, you don't know what's going on. There was about 2 seconds of just like this weird kind of
Chaos.
panic. Yeah. Like you feel like you're on
Yeah.
the side of the road and the ambulance is there and you're like, what the fuck? And so then she's like, she shows me on the CT scan and she's like, yeah, so you have a non-displaced adenoid fracture. And I was like, and I confused almost jokingly, I'm like, did you just say I broke my neck? And she was like, yes. And like left the room after. And Lisa and I are like, just like that, like, what? Like she even laughs, like this nervous laughter. She just starts laughing. She's like, like, did you say I broke my neck? Like, so that was really like last week. And I think on Friday, I started getting really mad. Like the anger of it all, the fact that this is my life for
Because
the
you
next
can't do
couple
anything.
months, that I'm gonna lose all the fitness that I just built 6 months, like becoming like the best shape of my life. And it's not just like, oh, you can't run faster. It's no, dude, that impacts my diabetes. That impacts my sleep. That impacts my POTS. Like fitness is the crux for me.
Yeah.
It's like what holds it down. So that was Friday, like where I just wanted to, I really wanted to hurt people. And then I dare say Saturday, Sunday was full of depression. I was rapidly going through these stages of just like, I don't even want to feeling sorry for myself, but just depressed. And
Yeah.
so yesterday, and this is what segues to why we're all here today. Yesterday I made the non-negotiable, which was like, you know what? I'm going to set my alarm. I'm going to take the dog for a walk because I am walking him. I just can't do I can't have like Iron Minds on one arm, him on the other. And I can't go walking around like long walks with other places where I think I'm going to get dead. But, going on a 20-minute walk with him yesterday, slow, my pace, where I'm basically reminding him every 5 seconds not to pull and like whatever. It's the kickstart I needed because it's those, we talk a lot on this show. We obviously talk about some badass shit. We just talked about Lombard doing the safari thing. We talk about Ironman. We talk about other races and events. Things that we're doing professionally. But at the end of the day, we always break it down to the healthy habits. And it's the small steps, the small habits that matter the most. And that's why, like, you right now being doing the consistent walk, like that's the most impactful thing that you may have going on. It's like, this is the most impactful activity I'm going to do today. It anchors everything else. Does that make sense?
No, dude, 100% it does, man.
So that's my diatribe, dude. There's what happened. There's where we're at, and that's why. We're gonna turn around because it's getting hot as balls out here. And dude, that's the problem. I mean, it's so uncomfortable to begin with, and then I can only like deal with so much sweating into this freaking thing.
Well, man, usually the one of the people that get hit the hardest when it comes to any type of injury are always the active people. And I'm not even talking about fitness and stuff, man, because I've been hurt before and I'm just an active person. I just got to move around, and that's just kind of person I am. And so that's just hard on us the most, man, because you can't do things you normally do, have to break your cycles, your routines. And in situations like yours, where you've been training the last umpteen months, for a race, for an incredible race, and then, like you said, to have to stop and kind of feel like all that's going to be washed away. It's definitely hits hard. You can see where depression hits in, man. But like what you're doing right now, Nick, the fact that I love you, bro, that you've been using this is like, what is your excuse? It's like,
dude, you're like, I knew that was coming. You're like, wait for it. I looked out at my phone. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, get up.
That's why I keep busting your balls, man. What I did the other day, I was like, I get it. We get it, Nick. You broke your neck. Not all of us.
That's why I was like,
all of us can do it.
I tried responding. I'm like, what did I say? I was like, oh, do I still have that thing on?
Oh, man.
Listen, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie The 300.
Oh, yeah.
There's the part where they're like, hey, we're going to have so many arrows, it's going to block the sun. And then the dude looks over. I wanted to say Maximus, but wrong movie. He looks over at him and he goes, then we'll fight in the shade. That was meant to be a joke.
Yeah.
It was meant to be funny, not just like kind of sarcastic, because, and they illustrate this in a lot of the books and the stories of the tellings of the ancient Spartans. And this is the same in our warriors today. Like, look at sort of pop culture about Navy SEALs, like humor, funny, camaraderie, fucking around, like iron sharpens iron. That's part of how they do it. Like, you have to be able to laugh in extreme crappy situations, and you need your boys to make fun of you a little bit. Otherwise, everything's too serious. You stay in that depression.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like the initial shock was because the word broken neck was like, wait, why am I not dead? It's like those were just scary words. But at the end of it, it was like,
still want to talk about that.
What's that?
I said, we're still going to talk about that. Keep going.
I was just going to say, I mean, at the end, like, I don't know, there's a lot of ways that we get into our heads. And I mean, it is the ribbing is important. And I wouldn't talk about it if I wasn't prepared for it. Like, I wouldn't talk about it at all.
Dude, when the honest thing started, I'm going to cut you off, but the honest thing is that most people aren't going to bust your balls about it, Nick. Like, and on the flip side of that, most people, oh, poor Nick, oh, you poor thing.
This is the last shit I want.
Sympathy and sorrow for you, which is great. You want people to have empathy for you and your injuries, of course, but you talk about that depression, man, and you were just talking about iron sharpens iron. We talked hugely about the importance of our tribe on this show, and I'm sorry, man, but I don't want to be a part of no tribe that's going to wallow in pity with me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, feel sorry for me, but I need the opposite, man. Bust my balls, give me crap, push me a little bit, say, hey, what are your limitations? Is there something you can do? And obviously not for everyone, for every injury. If your doctor says don't do something, listen to a medical professional. But, in this case, Nick knows his limitations, what he can and can't do and stuff. And, and so instead of you sitting there, man, wallowing in your pity, you've got a good group of friends, man, that are with you, and we're saying, oh man, hey, it sucks, but like, dude, if you can do anything, just do it. Stay doing the little bit that you can, get some sunshine. And I think that's important when it comes to rebounding and recovery, man, from an injury or a setback of any kind. You know what I mean? And we don't even have to be talking about fitness right now, right? I mean, you could have just went bankrupt last night or something. So I think the people around you, your tribe, man, almost always the most important thing, because we're going to be down and we're going to be out on ourselves. And, we're not going to have that motivation to try to maybe fix the problem as quickly as it needs to be handled. And, having the right people behind you, bro, that'll joke with you about it, lift you up, keep you going, show you the reasons why you need to rebound and come back is vitally important, man. So I'm saying all that to say that I'm still going to make fun of you about this neck brace. Matter of fact, I am also highly surprised at how many Hawaiian shirts were in your wardrobe that we did not know about.
Oh, dude, we're just getting warmed up on the Hawaiian shirts. Let me start with that. I think at one point I had 35 or something. I used to collect them all the time. Back in the day, way back in the day, I'm talking like high school and college. I used to have tequila night and margarita night, and it was like always on the coldest day of winter. And it was like Hawaiian shirts were required. And I don't know, I collect them. I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan. And at one point I just had so many, but then there was like, I don't know, I started giving a few away. And then obviously I don't really wear a lot of shirts. So I just stopped by them. And, but if I want to wear a non-college shirt, then I have to take the stupid brace off and off every time. And that takes Lisa and lying on the floor and tilting my body and doing all sorts of dumb shit. So I just still want a Hawaiian shirt to, for the camera, for the kids at home. It was, you mentioned something. It was funny. You mentioned sympathy. And, before I was a speaker, I never talked about cancer, never talked about having it. I hated even thinking about it. And that was the number one reason why is I could not fucking deal with somebody's sympathy. And you know what's even harder? And this is the hard part. And I feel bad saying this because I'm guilty of it. People do it all the time because people need a place to go with the stuff that they don't understand. But more often than not, people tend to take their lost feelings and put them on you when you give them that opportunity. So basically, like when I was going through cancer the first couple times or before I was a speaker, if I would even mention it to somebody who was still trying to make sense of their own journey, then I was inviting myself to a conversation that I wasn't healed up enough to have, if that makes any sense at all. So for a long time, I didn't like to talk about it. And now that obviously it is my story, it's part of my story, but it's also, I sent you that mock book cover last night, right?
Those things are great, dude.
Yeah. And so, and to the fans at home, we'll be posting this on Friday, but it was like from Iron Man to Broken Neck, and it's because the story doesn't end there. Like the story doesn't end there, and so I don't want your sympathy. I don't know how to deal with that. I do appreciate people caring. I appreciate some, hey, what's going on? But like, I don't know. Sometimes it's more like, hey, this person probably will give me attention, and it just, I don't know. So
I understand that, man.
The other thing though, like it is I wrote a post about this the other day because I tend to let myself slide in all areas when I start sliding in one area. So like when my fitness goes, my diet goes, and then I'm like, my sleep goes. You and I have talked about that before too, where we let stress sleep, we stress eat, we don't go to bed when we should and stuff like that. And so that was the importance of anchoring in yesterday for me. Because then I start making better decisions on that too. And, why we're here today. And I mean, everything rolls up, man. When I'm in great health, I do great work. I have great energy. I'm a great friend. I'm a better husband. I didn't say I'm a great husband. I said I'm a better husband. So, I don't need to be running 20 miles. And right now, as my health is rapidly detraining, the 20-minute, gonna go have to take a shower and change my brace walk. It was all right.
Well, bro, if anyone understands this, out of all the people that I know, I would say it's probably you. And that is that, this will be done and over before you know it, Nick. I'm not saying you're going to be completely healed. I swear, I hope you do, man. I mean, you do the right things. And so, but, you've been through shit like this before. And that's, my wife and I had talked about this, man, not too long ago, about tragedy and horrible seasons in life. And, and how at that moment in time, it just feels like that's your existence forever, right? Like This is just a new me. This is, not 6 months or 3 months, even if that that's the case. You're just like, man, this is how life is going to be. And it's a hard thing to realize that, man, like this too shall pass. This is just something that I'm going through, whatever it is, man. And this applies to the most mundane thing to the most extreme loss. I mean, it happens, things happen, injuries happen, death happens in your life, financial loss happens. But here's the wonderful thing that I have learned over 42 years of this planet, and I have lost everything more than once, is it's just things are going to be okay, man. Like, you're going to find a normality again. You're going to get that thing back, that you lost, maybe not the person themselves or whatever, but a sense of it. Like, it's just a time, and I feel that, like, that's the realization that I always have to come to very quickly when things go bad for me is, hey, man, this sucks right now. Be mad, be upset, maybe wallow in your pity for a minute or two. But just remember, this isn't the forever, unless you choose for it to be. Like, you just make the changes, do the things you need to do, and in your case, Nick, the healing that you need to do and the therapies or whatever. And man, 9 out of 10 times, things are going to be okay. And I don't know. I feel that's a realization that I wish more people could bring up, when they're going through stuff. Is, hey, this isn't going to last forever. It sucks really bad, but eventually things are going to be okay, and I'm going to be back to myself and my 100%.
I love that. I've realized I have a process, and I always say that you have to go through it to get through it. So, for me, I needed the 8 days because honestly, part of it, usually my process is a day. I go from anger to planning my comeback like within 24 hours, and that's not because I decide to do it that way. That's just how I've ultimately adapted. But, oh, we were just talking about the process of going through. You have to go through it to get through it. Yeah. But then the thing is this too. I don't. Part of what delayed me so long is until I see the neurologist, I didn't know how bad it was. So I was afraid to walk. I was afraid to do anything because I didn't know how bad it was. So literally, it was just like sitting perfectly still as best as possible for like 7 days. But now, and this is my last kind of theme for the day too, which is it's about taking the steps that are available to you because I may not get whole. I mean, this is what my buddy told me the other day, and he reminded me. He's like, "Dude, it's not like you're starting at 100%." I'm like, "Fuck, you're right." Like if I'm starting at 80 or 60 and I lose 10%, whatever, that's going to be a big deal. But if it's not this, will be something else because, well, we're getting older here. But it's about taking the steps that are available to me, whether it be just walking, better diet decisions. I mean, there is always, even if it's just reading, there is always something that we can do that will put ourselves in a better position for when our moment arrives. Because you said the biggest X factor, which is time. And because things take so much time, we often decide not to do them at all. So then when the time is up and it's like, hey, guess what? You're back on the court. Well, now you don't have the skill to play. So
Yeah.
whatever it is, man, practice your craft, do the hard things, take the work that you don't feel like is doing anything. Like, imagine if we had the brains that we had now, or at least the knowledge of the world, and we were like sitting in the first grade, like, and we would look at each other, we're like, we're never getting out of this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's one day at a time, live the day we're in.
Yeah, man. That's it, dude. Just keep pushing forward, man. Always have a forward momentum. I don't know where I heard that. I want to say it was probably in the Army, but I think that's probably the best advice, or I'm gonna say advice, not advice, but pep talk also that you could give yourself is always forward momentum, baby. Always forward momentum. Just always find a way. Just keep pushing the ball a little bit further down the court, a little bit further down the field. How can you get to the next step, the next goal, the next stage? Like, I don't know. That's been a thing that's helped me a lot, man. It goes back to the whole, this is only a season, and also what you said, like, man, after about 24 hours, I'm planning my comeback. Like, I feel that's what you got to do. That's how you start to get better mentally, physically, diet wise, everything is forward momentum. Like, nobody sits down and plans how can I wreck my life? How can I go back to the shitty 1-bedroom apartment that I was in at 21? How can I go back? No one sits down and plans how to go backwards. Always forward momentum, people. Always forward momentum.
Brother, I think that is just a perfect drop mic spot to wrap this up. What do you think?
I do. I think so too. I'm about done with my walk, man.
Hell yeah, dude. Look at this. We thought we were going to be like, oh, man, I don't have anything to say. We dropped a baller conversation. Man, we don't need Trey. We don't need Lombard.
Yeah, we don't need those two yahoos. That's right.
Well, now next week, Lombard can tell us all about the water safari, so we won't have to
Yeah.
watch the video. And then,
I know.
Trey can just sit there and watch.
Yeah, and
I'm just playing, man.
produce with air quotes.
See, this is us giving him a hard time. Hopefully he's
Yeah,
all right,
exactly.
whatever's going on.
Yeah, I know.
All right, find
yeah.
your tribe, find your people as iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. Pedro, good to see you, brother, and we will all talk to
You
you
too,
soon.
my man.
Peace.